Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. What is going on, my babies? We're here in North Carolina. We planned this trip a while ago to go visit our friend Juji Mufu, but decided to take a detour and come visit our other friend Travis Mash over at the new Mash League Performance Gym. Potentially do some weightlifting. We'll see what else. See how it all unfolds. Obviously, before we got here, we stopped to have some Mexican food, and I got it all over my pants, as usual, because I can't go anywhere without throwing food all over my clothes. I think I need like a bib or something, man. Catch you guys inside.
Travis' wife painted all these anatomy pictures on the wall. They're smart. They put it on this like plywood, so when they switch locations, they can just take it off and bring it with them. It's kind of cool. Yeah, she's a really good artist.
What's a little bit of your training background? You heard you were strong as hell.
I mean, yeah, I was a weightlifter. You know, I went out of college. I played football at Appalachian State University, and I moved to Colorado Springs to get coached by Wes Barnett, who was a two-time Olympian. He was my first coach. A year later, they invited me to come to the Olympic Training Center. So Dragonair was my second coach. He was a bronze medalist in the Olympics. And so then my dad got sick and got lung cancer. So I moved home to be with him. As opposed to continuing that. Back in the day, there wasn't like a gym on every corner that had bumper plates and coaches everywhere. So like I opted to do powerlifting because the beauty of powerlifting, you can do it wherever you are. If you got a bar and some plates, you can powerlift. So I started doing that and did pretty good. I totaled 24:10, the first time to break Ed Cohen's world record. However, I still think Ed's the greatest. We did it differently. It was different equipment, and so. And then I broke it again, 24:14. So I do love this raw era. I love that. So like my friends that are trying to hold on to this equipped stuff is like, I mean nobody cares anymore, boys. There's only 100 of you. You can't call yourself a world team if it's only 100 people in the whole world doing it. Exactly. Like best raw squat. I did 805 multiple times raw as a warm up. I would warm up raw, and then I would start to slowly put myself on. I was a weightlifter, so I liked raw better. I benched 535 raw, and I deadlifted 805 raw. So like, I feel like I would have been just as fine. I wonder if I should have, could have, would have been. I would have loved to have trained just raw, for you guys to see what I could have done. I think I would have gone head to head with them, but don't know. So, but I love this era.
What weight class were you in?
100 kilos, 220.
Okay, 220.
Yeah.
Hey, you probably would have still been in the top top 30, top 40 with over just 2K total. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That was the 20. It would have been 2100, 2135,
That's not gonna be the top 20.
Yeah.
Still, that's nuts.
And look,
Did you watch my video with Louis Simmons?
No, but I want to. What did is he trying to get you?
He had no idea who she was. First of all, come on,
man. I'm doing hamstring curls or something. He's like, "Oh, girl, you're pretty built. Are you a bodybuilder?"
What are you bodybuilder? What?
I'm a powerlifter.
Powerlifter. Okay. If you want to get
all-time world record holder right there.
In what?
123 class, deadlift, squat.
What is
total?
430 squat in sleeves.
Sleeves.
495 in reps. 545 deadlift.
Holy shit!
That's right.
You gotta be able to do this.
You got the best in the world in here.
That's strong.
Pretty sure he said like in her weight class she would break the multiply records.
Yeah, we know.
Raw.
Yeah.
How many athletes do you have now?
Probably 30.
You've done such an amazing job at developing those athletes. It's been amazing to see that.
Thank you. Yeah, we've worked super hard. So I think one of the problems that a lot of coaches have is that they don't want to reach out to other people and see what they're doing. And I reach out all the time. I've learned so much. My program this year looks totally different than last year. I'm assuming next year will look totally different. So it's perfect. We're all in search of that perfect program. So too many coaches get to a certain point and they're like,
this is
King
perfect,
Kong,
this is it, right.
No, I'm like,
we're all constantly doing that, learning from the coaches, having other coaches coach us and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You take little pieces of their style and develop into your own.
That's been one of the coolest things about traveling and doing these videos now with Steph's new YouTube channel is we get to go to all these spots and learn from all these people. And it helps us because it goes up online and people watch it, but it also helps us because we learn something.
You learn stuff, man.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
You have 2 national champions now.
Yeah,
Or
2
what
best
more?
lifters.
Best lifters.
Yeah. So I've had way more national champions, but they just killed it.
They were both best lifter?
Yeah. Man, and it was just
That's
clean sweep
incredible.
for team match. So
So sick.
and then you see where we're at. We're not in Miami, you know, like
Yeah.
there's not like millions of athletes around us. So it was we made it up with Hunter as a big call. You know, like I came to her one day and I'm like, look, let's talk. She dropped from 71 to 64,
Down.
made a world team. I'm like, look, if we drop down one more chance, we might actually make the Olympic Games. So
So what does she have to do now to make the Olympic team?
she's like 2 kilos out. She had it on the bar to do it. Like, we're right there. These people need to hear this. Hunter does exactly what I say. Like, she's a master of the mundane. We all come work out. Don't be beating your chest because you come to work out. Everyone does that. She eats right, sleeps right. I mean, she does every little detail right. And that's why she's winning. It's she's got good genetics, she can, but it's that's the difference maker. She's the one that finally gets it. You know, you tell all your athletes the same stuff. I don't tell her anything I haven't told everybody. It takes all these little things to become a champion. And she actually does it, and so it's like.
I wanted to ask one more question. When you say I'm an American coach, what does that mean? Like, how does your training style differ?
My demeanor, like the way I treat and like, the way my expectations. Like, for example, like, some of the Bulgarian and like Polish coaches would have been like, no nonsense, like no music, quiet, things need to look a certain way. And I'm loud and silly and wild and crazy. We laugh a lot. And so I'm not trying to pretend I'm somebody else, I'm who I am. I feel like I believe this, and this is a huge statement. I believe the science in America now has not only caught up, but surpassed the other coaches. I think if when I talk to those other coaches, I'm convinced that we're definitely better at this point. Because they just are very old school and they rely on what their coach said. And when you really start talking science with them, there's not a lot there. And so I'm like,
I agree.
and that's why America now is caught up. We're medaling every international competition we go to. Obviously, the drug testing has helped us because now we're on a more level playing field. You know who my favorite lifter is, besides you, of course, is Yuri. Is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I love,
Yeah.
you know why?
You know he only trains 3 days a week?
That's mind-blowing. That blows me
Insane.
away.
1 squat and bench day, 1 deadlift day, 1 squat and bench day.
No accessories.
No accessories. That's it. He was with us in Miami a couple weeks ago.
Squat and bench, deadlift, squat and bench.
That's it.
I can see that. No accessories.
No accessories. Ever. Sometimes it's practice of technique. So sometimes you do say 10 singles at 80%. Stuff
Whatever.
like that.
It's
working
beautiful.
for him.
And, it's beautiful. The difference in him and a lot of the American powerlifters I see, the reason he's winning is his, attention to detail. His movement is absolutely
Technician.
flawless.
Yeah, he's a technician, yeah.
Yeah, his deadlift.
He told her
is
her
gorgeous.
deadlift sucks.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say it sucks. I mean, it's a world record.
He didn't say sucks. He didn't say sucks.
Asshole.
He's like, you go, yeah, no good, no good.
What was he? Yeah, I love his vertical.
He's so upright.
Vertical
so
torso.
upright.
Anyone who does sumo, I always show them Yuri's deadlift. And I just wish Americans would a little bit more attention to detail, but Yuri's, even everything he does, his squat, his bench is perfect. And he is just so focused on his craft. So.
But I mean, attention to detail and technique I've noticed that it's far in people's priority list. Whenever they start plateauing or whenever they're not making progress, they usually look at volume, frequency, intensity, what else, accessories,
Right.
what are my weaknesses,
Right.
stuff like that, and they completely neglect technique. They
crazy.
don't realize that. I mean, 1 inch forward in a sumo, that's the price, that's 10 pounds that
Yeah.
are off your bar, potentially. In a
Absolutely.
squat, the same thing. In the bench, not even worse.
Yes.
Or I think sometimes it's also the opposite. They'll spend too much time, too much focus on technique.
Yeah, it's either
not
or.
let themselves
It can go
expose.
that way too.
Especially in
Yeah,
weightlifting.
yes.
I'm not going to go above 70% until I can
right.
finish my second pull ever. It's like, okay, you can still be getting
I
stronger.
love
and
that.
work on your
Please
technique.
don't go above
Yeah.
70%,
Yeah.
and then we'll keep winning. Yeah, awesome. So you can't get good at lifting heavy weights by lifting light weights.
You taught me that. When I was doing weightlifting, especially if I would miss, say I'm doing, 95% snatch and I would miss it, and my initial reaction would always be like, screw this, I'm just gonna go down and do reps. And you would always be like, no, fix it. Take 6, 7, 8 attempts if you need it, but try to fix it. Because you're right, it's sometimes I think in most cases you're strong enough, but it's just like a technical thing that you need to fix. It's a little more pull or faster turnover or faster in the way down.
Keep it closer.
Exactly.
There's so much.
Exactly.
If you don't fix it where it's actually breaking down, then you're never going to know how to actually fix it at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Want to start training?
Let's go get crazy. You doing a bench?
I benched yesterday. I could bench again today though.
I don't know why they're like that.
Should I try to do that?
I've been an athlete for like majority of my life, but I got into Olympic weightlifting through CrossFit. But I didn't like the cardio, actually hated cardio. So a guy was like, hey, you know, that's like a sport, it's in the Olympics. And the next day I found like an online coach and never looked back. So that was like 3 years ago now. And I think I've been an athlete for like 2 years. So, yeah.
Don't try to hide it, bro. Hey, I farted. That's why I missed it. Come on, hit him. There you go.
So heavy. In weightlifting, it always feels heavier than it looks, especially when you haven't done it for a long time. Better? Perfect. What do you want?
We had the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For the YouTubes, 2 blues looks much better than all those other little
She
things.
missed the 95. That's weak sauce. That was easy.
You gotta impress them.
That was 90 was like 50 bar.
Things you do, man. Things you do. Sometimes you don't want to do something. People are like, you should do it. And then you're like, I guess I'll do it. But you really don't want to do it. That's where we're at. I told her we're deadlifting afterwards. See who? At who? Alright, I'll be sore for a minute. The peer pressure is getting to me.
Go, Hunter! Yeah!
So that was all for today's session, training with Travis Smash. It was awesome to get to catch up with him and see what he's up to and see his new location. My weightlifting session didn't go as I would hope, but to be honest with you, I didn't have like any expectations as far as how that would go because it's been so long, and I've been taking it pretty easily with training the last couple of weeks, so I didn't have high expectations for this workout. Hopefully my next session doing weightlifting will go a little bit better. I'll catch you guys in the next video.